I asked the COP presidency, what do you want out of the Egypt Pavilion? And they said, we wanted to express Egypt. Right now, we're at the Egyptian Pavilion in the blue zone. Each one of us has an idea about Egypt or has an Egypt that they think about. But what I did think is to develop the concept, what's a different Egypt that people don't get to see? What is the message that you want to tell the world? And that's when I thought, I'm going to design a space that highlights the voice of the artists. So there are two elements about it. There's the architecture and there's the curation. The architecture here represents the image of the stone, very solid history, very solid heritage, architectural language in all of our buildings. That's very prevalent. I also included the mashrabeya. The mashrabeya is a critical innovation for cooling and privacy that was created in Egypt. And I thought, what a great way to show that we were thinking about this a long time ago. The architecture does also work around the curation. The main hall is based around a tree. The wall is there. It has the national anthem of the Egyptian Armed Forces, which is based on a poem by Farouk Goueda. We're telling the Nile to run free and wild, to tell the stories of patriotism. On this protective wall, it's surrounding a tree. This is the tree of Mary, and it is native to Sinai and grows in Neb in a lot of the protectorates. And underneath it, I have an artist called Baha Amir, who creates out of the twigs and the fallen twigs, these kind of garden creatures. We're all working to preserve the nature because nature is giving. Even after it dies, it continues to give. Then I have the Hall of Knowledge and Science, which is the main hall. Climate action is based on science. It's not based on guessing games. And I have two pieces in there. And some of these pieces have been to the Louvre and to the Metropolitan Museum. The next one is a real hero. It is the dynastic bird by the late Adam Hanin. The next room is this room. This room is called the Dahabeya. It's the experience of moving on the Nile on a boat. At the back of the hall, there's a wonderful Farghali Abdel Hafiz piece about Aswan. At the side of the hall is a minimalistic mural, and this is by Assam Darwish. And it talks about how creatures always find a home. So the crustaceans on the mural dig their homes in the sand in a particular way, which also happens to look like the human belly, which acts as a home for the being. So our role as creatures, as human, we have a protection role to be the giver of homes. Towards the end of the hall, we have a VIP lounge, and it has two wonderful pieces. The first piece is Farghali Abdel Hafiz. It's called Masr al-Ata, and it's a woman using all of the blessings from the sea and the sand, and her hands are tilted out giving back. And the next piece is by a woman artist called Rabab Nimr. She has a wonderful feeling of nature moving and birds flying, and then there are human faces on rocks. This is the Egypt that I want the world to see. Everyone needs protection from climate change, and therefore green buildings should be affordable and accessible and culturally relevant to the people who are using them. Invest in affordable green housing for everyone. Make it legislation. Force governments that no housing should be without climate proofing. And we're doing that. So I'm so excited about this.